What the sergeant at the scene should be thinking, is there an immediate need to breach and get inside of the car?
You saw the news coming out about Spirit Airlines, really sad this weekend. We're going to have some stuff on that. Glenn's going to talk through that. But a lot of other stuff on left-wing versus right-wing populism. I don't know if you saw the $25 minimum wage that the left is now bringing back out. They have the data. They knew the data for the Spirit Airlines merger. They knew what that was going to mean for jobs, for the market, for everything. But they didn't care because they pushed it because their rabid base on the far left wing of the aisle, they knew that that would appease them. And now we see what has actually happened. But when you're looking at what they're trying to do, what their eventual plans are to do, you can look at Eric Holder. Did you see what Eric Holder said over the weekend about the left finally realizing they need to seize power? Buttigieg in the Electoral College. I'll have a George AI on that a little bit later. A lot of stuff to cover. But right now, Glenn Beck is on.
So that now everybody is engaged with these people on a more personal level. Another thing, at this point, I feel like the officer could have maybe made some headway by maybe even taking the papers. Escalation can lead to something very, very bad happening.
Interesting situation. The guy sitting in the driver's seat with a little child saying, "Put the taser down," and the cop saying, "Put the kid down."
You gonna get out of the car?
What do you do? Poor kid, oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, poor kid.
Sorry to interrupt. Hands on your arm. Oh, shit. Oh, I think I was stabbed. So much. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. 321, get medical here now. I think we were... John, you... Go. I got it. Steve! You good? I don't know. Where? Lower left. You good? We got his handcuff. Get up. You want to go with him? Yes. Do that. Get up. Get up. You guys. Hey, this is my car.
I've reviewed cases like this and been on situations like this, a subject barricaded inside the car. The question is, what is the urgency of getting inside of the car and escalating the situation? Now we have 2 officers. The suspect, yes, is in custody, but the trauma that they put this kid through. When I'm watching this, I'm just baffled at the tactics and that there was no one on scene that was attempting to make this a more tactically safe situation, de-escalate the situation, and maybe get someone who is trained in negotiation or some type of crisis intervention type situation. The male is obviously not being reasonable, and I always say that you have to be ready to tactically engage that suspect because sometimes de-escalation is taking a person out. I've been in those situations as well, but we have these people just yelling about breaking a window and tasing while this guy's holding a 1-year-old child inside of his hands. We've got to stop. When you have a subject inside of a car, the situation is static and you can utilize time. Always be ready to engage them tactically, but when you can utilize time as your tool, then utilize time and you don't get officers like this. Ishan was ultimately charged with 2 counts of assault with intent to commit bodily harm, child abuse, felonious assault, and he was ultimately given a 76 to 10-year sentence. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe.
This is what happens when you try to break an officer's nose.
Midwest Safety is where we found this video. They've got merch, they've got great videos. So go and check them out, give them a follow, you'll find great videos like this.
I need you not to touch me. I'm not going to touch you. Why would I touch you? What's going on?
Why are you standing on the car?
See, I wasn't here. She attacked staff. She started, when I pulled up, she was punching staff in the face. We're okay, right?
Why are you on a car?
To keep coming, that's fine.
So you know a video is going to be good when it starts out with something that you don't see all the time, and that's someone standing on a car. I don't know why she got there, but this video starts out awesome.
Unemployed. So let me ask Elizabeth Warren today, who's the winner here? Because it was a big Biden win, right? Who won? Because it wasn't the baggage handler. It wasn't the pilots, wasn't the stewardess, weren't the people working for Spirit. It certainly is not the single mom trying to fly with 2 kids. It's not the college student going home to see their parents. It's certainly not the lower income family that could only fly on Spirit because, yes, while Spirit may have been a little ugly and cramped and annoying, it was at least affordable and I could fly someplace.
Yeah.
And who won? The little guy? No, I just told you about the little guy. Who won? The big carriers. The people who can absorb the lost. The people who never flew Spirit. The people who say consumer protection from the first class lounge, like Elizabeth Warren. And that is the pattern over and over and over again. So now the progressives in Congress are suggesting that we raise the minimum wage, and we do it nationally to $25. Let me ask you, Big J's that makes burgers and tots in Preston, Idaho, how are they going to afford $25 minimum wage? They're not. Let me ask you, the guy who works at the deli in Manhattan, how can he live on $25? He can't. You see, it's different wherever you are. But because you are proposing a $25 wage and you're doing it without any kind of logic or any kind of, you're not ever asked to explain how it works. You just get the applause. And unfortunately, you may get votes. And what happens in the end? Well, what happened to Spirit Airlines? The worker gets fewer hours. You know, the University of Washington just did a study in Seattle. They found the $13 minimum wage increase reduced hours by roughly 6 to 7%. Even as the hourly wage rose about 3%. What did businesses do? They can't afford it. So they just cut back, and who gets hurt? The little guy. Your attack on billionaires in New York and Seattle and California. Oh, it feels righteous for about 10 seconds, doesn't it? Yeah, we got Ken Cuccinelli. Or Ken Griffin. We got him. Citadel. Yeah, well, Citadel was in a $6 billion project, 6,000 jobs. Construction, 15,000 permanent jobs. Yeah, it may not happen now. Same is happening in Seattle. Starbucks, they're building another headquarters. They say they're not leaving Seattle. I hope you're right. I mean, Seattle should hope that you're right. I mean, let me look here. Seattle, I just saw some numbers here. Washington State, 17% of all businesses, 17% of all businesses in Washington State are thinking about leaving. Last year alone, 13,000 jobs in Seattle were lost. But you're standing up for the little guy, aren't you? Oh, seems like every time you guys stand up, the little guy loses. Little guy has lost the flight, right? Little guy lost the hours. Little guy loses the job. Little guy loses the ladder to climb out of his problems. That is weird. That's weird because it's almost like you're consciously running a Cloward and Piven or WEF policy. Now, I, of course, am not saying that, but if you take their framework seriously, less carbon, you can't fly as much. People need to fly less. Less consumption, less flying, more government-managed scarcity. Wow, it's almost like you are accomplishing everything that WEF wants. Right? I mean, WEF Aviation, it openly pushes net zero by 2050, major emissions reductions by 2030, and the only way to do that is to get people to fly less, and well, congratulations. You have just accomplished that. Oh, and Floward and Piven, that, let me see, what is that one about? Oh yeah, that's about overloading the systems to force a new redistributive order. So get communism because you'll collapse the system, because you'll force too many people into the hospitals, into the schools, onto government welfare. Wow, that's weird, because that's exactly what you're doing. And now our hospitals are overloaded, our schools are overloaded, our cities are collapsing. It's almost as if the progressives are all in a room planning collapse. Even though they tell us they are, they tell us their end goals, nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to notice. Why does every policy that you guys sell as compassion make ordinary life, especially for the little guy, smaller and worse? Less mobility, less ownership, less opportunity, less cheap energy, less travel, less private choice, more dependency. Are Americans ever going to wake up? Or are they just going to keep taking signs handed out that were paid for by communist China money that say, tax the billionaires? Are you just going to keep doing that and not ask, where's that coming from? Where's that money coming from to print those signs? Spirit is not just an airline. Spirit was proof that the common man could still move. The common man could still get on a plane. He could still go where he wanted to go or needed to go. But they protected him from consolidation. They protected him from that evil JetBlue. Well, now you've been protected from flying. And you have Elizabeth Warren and all of the progressives, the Democrats, in your corner, fighting for you every day. Congratulations. I guess you're one step closer to whatever it is their goal is. But I don't think their goal is to make life easier for you. More in a minute. Let me tell you about our sponsor. It's the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. There's a difference between hearing about something and responding to it. You can hear about crisis, you can see the images, you can understand it's serious, but at the end of the day, most of us just kind of move on because it feels far away and disconnected from our daily lives, and I'm dealing with enough. How about you? But for the people who are living through it, there is no moving on. In Israel right now, there are families who have been displaced, elderly men who can't get to safety on their own, elderly women by themselves, people who are just trying to get through one more day without knowing what comes next. That's where the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews steps in. They're on the ground providing food and shelter and life-saving support to people who don't have time to wait for the rest of the world to catch up. I don't care what you think of Israel. I don't care if you hate Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't like him all that much. I don't care if you like their policies or not. I'm not talking about Israel. I'm talking about the Jewish people. The Jewish people are just caught in all of this. We're commanded to love them and help them. Not in politics, not in war. Just be their brothers. Don't wait. Call 888-488-IFCJ. 888-488-IFCJ. Go online to ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org. 10 seconds, station ID.
The safe was nearly empty, and they were nearly free, but was seen by the good eye of a mean Billy Queen, and he screamed at the top of his lungs around the round. Grab your holsters and your guns. We could stay here. I feel our time has come. Chasing the rising sun. Southbound to the next town. Lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down. always on the move, they got nothing left to lose except the guns and the moons. Sheriff's posse on their tail, they'd rather die together than be stuck up in a cell. The bounty said to shoot on sight. Wouldn't stop running till they found a paradise. So the lovers had to shoot him down and fill him full of lead. And when the baby looked at her and then he said, I said I think that we can stay here, 'cause I feel our time has come. And we can walk down to the ocean and sit with the rising sun. So unpack your bags this instant, no more running from town to town. And now that we've arrived so safely, baby, you can lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down. Well, you're my green-eyed girl and I've been running around with you this the afternoon, and we got nothing left to do, so I could tear it off or take his shirt off. And we should go hit the cantina, we got work on. I said it's hot outside, let me go swimming in your eyes. We've been running for a while, won't you lay down, make me smile? I could never ask for nothing better than this. It's just tequila and the beach. That's why it's salty when we kiss. I said I think that we can stay here, 'cause I feel our time has come. And we can walk down to the ocean and sit with the rising sun. So unpack your bags this instant, no more running from town to town. And now that we've arrived so safely, baby, you can lay.
Who lives in the Pacific Palisades. I want you to listen to his commercial. Here it is.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nikia Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor. For my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back.
Did you notice what he said there? They don't have to live in their mess. Mom Donnie's not living in a mess. Elizabeth Warren's not traveling Spirit Airlines. She's not looking for another discount airline today. They don't have to live in the mess. Now, the mayor, who was overseas in Africa while her city burned, already under fire for fire department budget cuts, she just went after Spencer Pratt, that guy, the guy who just did that, the guy who actually lost everything. She said he's exploiting the grief. Wait, what? He's exploiting the victims. I don't know if you know this, but he's living in a trailer parked in the rubble where his house, Pratt is, I don't know, maybe a victim. He's exploiting himself. Filming ads, standing there in the dirt where his life used to be, and next to Bass's mansion that didn't burn, saying, yeah, this, but notice I'm living in the mess, you're not, that's the way all of these progressive politicians are. They all live the way they want to live, not in the mess they created. By the way, Karen, that's not exploitation, that's reality. So here's why you should care about all of this, because I think all of these things are related. Okay? You show up every day. You go to work. You work hard. You're just trying to live the American dream. You raise your kids the best you can. You can't buy a house right now. Prices are insane. Wages feel frozen. Groceries, you're stretching every single dollar. You're cutting back on meat. You're skipping the name brand milk. You're wondering how one more inflation spike is going to break your budget. Your parents and your grandparents, they could afford a home. Now, good luck with that. Meanwhile, the system rolls out the red carpet for everybody else, especially if you're in LA or in New York. Migrants, illegal aliens. They're handed hotel rooms, prepaid gift cards, debit cards loaded with cash, all while you wait on a wait list for the same help.
Sometimes I'll put
You're
it up
taxed
like
on
that.
your strained local budget, and if you speak up, you're a heartless bastard.
Yeah, you know, gotta
You're
do
just
something with
exploiting.
it.
What? Exploiting what? I feel like I'm the one being exploited here. And then you go home, you're fighting against the culture, your kids' reality of gender confusion and everything else, the ideology over basic things, basic principles. Schools keeping secrets from you, the parent, fighting just for your right to raise your children, and then you're painted as a problem by the government, by the progressive government. Another win for the Biden administration. Every day, you're the parent saying no to the latest trend. You're the one driving in the carpool now. You're the one now packing the lunch. Trying to give them a shot at the American dream that you grew up believing in. And you're wondering now, really? Is this? But it's not the dream. It's not the country. It's the politicians. It's the progressive politician. This is the country under attack. And it's not just under attack from one arsonist and sickness or from the foreign threats.
Listening
It's
to
under attack
Glenn
from
Beck.
within.
Yeah.
Unhinged
I
people
know.
acting on rage
I gotta do something about it.
because they've been fed a narrative. By whom? Media?
That's
Well, the media is playing a role in that. They're amplifying the grievance. You know, they move on when the story doesn't fit. But it's the politicians and the progressives, not just the politicians. I want to make that clear. Not just the politicians.
Yeah, it's really
the
nice.
progressive educators. It's the progressive leaders around the world that are going to get there.
That's funny.
They're going to get there. They know they're fine. They're fine. And it's the progressives that are going around fixing
Yes,
things.
thank you.
Really? Can you fix maybe some basics like fire response? How about fixing accountability? How about fixing your list of priorities? Because the hardworking majority gets a figurative or literal trailer every day. Every day. And the system seems to reward the chaos and the handouts and the progressive politicians that have just destroyed another $13,000 or 13,000 jobs.
I think, to put it simply,
hey, what do you say?
Say you're in a court hearing.
Real scrutiny of leaders who
The judge is drunk off their ass.
Policies that,
and people start to realize, hold on, the judge is drunk.
Hardship. Palisades don't lie. Trailer doesn't lie.
We should probably get a judge that's not drunk. Oh, you like the drunk ones? Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do like those drunk ones, don't you?
There are two ways to look at a problem. One is to
No,
ask,
life's just a magic show. Anyways, yeah, I really hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine, do what they're supposed to do to help these kids. No, I'm laughing at them. They're making fun of my hair. Yeah, and then they like to take snapshots of me and make me look funnier, uglier, grosser, stupider.
And I wanted also to
And they put funny stuff on my head and distort my face. It's actually really cool. Sometimes they'll compare me to old male figures just to be funny. Sometimes nice stuff. I mean, it's all nice, really. I guess the eye of the beholder. I mean, you know, it's an honor, really, that they even take the time to put so much attention into either or, really, huh? Quite interesting. I sure hope so. Yeah, my name's Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine. I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles, and we're hoping the proper authorities address that soon. You have any suggestions? Alright, let us know. If you don't want to go near that, which we suggest to not venture down that avenue because we're very smart people and we understand that so many things just really can't be proven and what's done is done. You cannot uninject or unfuck and untorture the children. Nope, you can't do that. You can't unmedicate all the fucking zombies that are totally sadistic and don't understand basic human functioning. Haven't we been trying to expound on the importance of those things for quite some time? I know, and we're just silly bullies that are going to make you eat maggots. You can't let it happen. Stand up. Fight. Alrighty. Anything else? Okay, thank you. You're welcome.